Hey guys, this is Bonzel28, and today this is like a Kaiju showcase for Godzilla Kaiju Dominion. And yeah, I just wanted to just start. We'll start with like probably the most obscure one I had to possibly create, and the most difficult out of the bunch. It is Titanus Monster Zero, also known as King Ghidorah. If you guys ever actually watch Godzilla. Anyways, he's going to be in episode 6 and is actually the main rival for Godzilla. Not Cyber Godzilla, if you're asking. Anyways, he was actually summoned by a different group of aliens, not the Quicket, who summoned Gigan, Revolutionary Rex 2000, and Cyber Godzilla. So, this is like a mix of the Lego and Jakks Pacific versions of Ghidorah. The necks can move, the heads can move, their jaw can move, the legs move, the tails, and the wings. But I don't want to do that because they're pretty fragile. Same with the necks. Like attaching the necks and the wings the wings was the most easiest. Attaching the necks was the most difficult. And because of that, because this is an unstable area, it always falls down. I plan to make a stand, or if not, make his back a bit heavier so that he can actually stand. But if so, I'll just add like a little clip under like the back of his tails to actually make him stand. So that was Ghidorah. But now we get into our second dragon, the Dragon of Water, not Manda, is Titanus Tanstrophe. Yeah, this is like a bit of an update of that Jurassic World Dino Escape figure. I forgot what it was called for the life of me. Anyways, it's got a little action attack because it's a Jurassic World toy, and because of that, you'll like yank the tail down, and he does like a cool little Michael Jackson move. Anyways, hit all of his legs can move. He can twist part of his neck, this part of his neck, and of course you saw his mouth. Overall, you may be thinking that the Dragon of Water is Manda, but sadly, his entire species was completely destroyed. For one against Space God, for one's against Mecha Godzilla from episode 1, and the one from episode 4 wasn't an actual Manda. It was like a subspecies, or like, yeah, I guess you could say it was Manda. But afterwards, while trying to face Cyber Godzilla, it got brutally murdered. That's just sad. Anyways, this is or Titanus Tanstrophe is basically a subspecies of Manda. But in any cases, it's gonna be in episode 6. Hopefully partner up with Godzilla to take down Ghidorah. Anyways, for the next one, for episode 6, and the final dragon, is, well, Titanus Rookmal. I know, you may be thinking, what the flip is that name? I don't know, this is the best name I could come with for the time. Anyways, Titanus Rookmal is a little bit. I think it's supposed to be a dragon from Harry Potter. I don't know. I got this at a thrift store. Or no, I just borrowed it from a friend. Anyways, it's got like a little moving tail, but it tends to break, just like Ghidorah's wings. It's got movable claws, or just feet, I guess. The legs can move, the wings. And one of my favorites, the neck has a lot of posability. And of course, there's like two segments of his mouth you can open, like this and this. And of course, if you saw one of my videos of me having like a stop motion test with Rookmal and Tanstrophe, then you would know that I gave him actual custom roars. Well, not intentionally. Like Titanus Rookmal's roar is Omega 9 from the Jurassic World the game. I once played, but I don't play it anymore because you know what. And Titanus Tanstrophe is basically is Jurassic World's Tyrannosaurus's roars, but slowed down at half pitch. But anyways, those are the 3 dragons. They're going to be in episode 6. But now it's time we get to the more creepier robot. Creepier kaiju. And well, I guess, if you're about to be terrified out of your boots, I recommend you don't want to see this. It is Titanus Hell Beast, also known as Red. He is from the Godzilla NES creepypasta. And of course, I saw no one ever try to make a figure of him. I don't really know why. Anyways, this guy is just made with a bunch of pipe cleaners. It's also got Godzilla's head as its head, because I don't feel like making another one. I also gave him a little stand, because just like with Ghidorah, he can't stand on his own. And he's also got a posable tail. It just really doesn't want to function. Anyways, Red, he's not going to be in episode 6. Or maybe. He is going to play a major role in episode 7. Titled Godzilla in Hell. Not the comic book series. The episode title. I also gave him like a little bit of like a stand here. Or like an extra stand so I could give him a bit of some scenery. As he's just feeding off a Godzilla carcass. So like this was, in episode 2, this was Godzilla's dad. But of course, he lost in a battle against a King Muto. But here, his head is literally gone. Like, and his entire body looked like he just got gutted with an axe. Maybe King Kong to be exact. But you'll see why Godzilla's been decapitated. And plus, Titanus Hellbeast was the reason Godzilla was significantly dead. Not because of King Muto. It just fatally wounded him. Anyways, that was Titanus Hellbeast. And his little scenery. But now we get to like 3 more kaiju. So, the last 3 kaiju I'm going to show you are basically going to probably be in episode 8. So here is Gamora. I know what you're thinking. Dude, that's an Ultraman kaiju, not Godzilla. Well, technically, yes, but kinda no. I mean, yeah, obviously you're right. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world to know this. But pretty much Gamora is gonna be in Godzilla Kaiju Dominion, maybe episode 8. If not, I'll see if I can shove him in episode 7. But I won't. Because it's mainly gonna be Godzilla in Hell, and he faces red. You know the drill. Anyways, I managed to pick up this guy in like a shop somewhere in media. And it was literally coated with these like Bandai figures of Ultraman Kaiju. I could have gone with Red King, but he just looks like Godzilla with a tiny head. But anyways, this guy, he's got like head rotation. He can't open his jaw because it's Bandai. He can twist at the ankle. I can also do this if you've ever tried to oppose him. His leg or his arms can move. His tail moves. His legs don't move. They're stationary. Anyways, this is Gamora. He's Ultraman, not Godzilla. Understood? Understood. Thank you. So for the next one, you remember my 300 subscriber special, A Blast from the Past? And how it had a creature in it that that terrorized everyone and ate people? Well, I made it in an actual figure scale. No more sticking to CGI, ladies and gentlemen. This is revolutionary. Never mind. Anyways, this is the creature from A Blast from the Past. It's made using a Carnotaurus body from Lego, because it's got the arms, but the head of a Tyrannosaurus. Why did I do that? Well, obviously, one, I can't find Tyrannosaurus arms for the life of me. And two, this is the only things I could find. I also got a little back unit, or like supposedly the back of his skin, and houses its tentacles. It had two in the special, but it's got four. Guess you could call it Guess you could call it the Kaiju that looks like Slender Man. Anyways, as you can kind of see, his tail kind of moves. His head can move up and down. And I even detailed the inside of his mouth because Lego was too lazy to do that. No offense. And all of the tentacles can move. If you're wondering where I got these from, it's from a Doctor Strange set. I know, I'm not a Marvel fan. And also his arms and legs can move. I know. So, he's also, just like with Gamora and the last Kaiju, he's going to be in episode 8. And if you haven't noticed, I also gave him significant scars. Especially this one on his leg. Like, this will actually show you how much he's been through. And instead of giving him black pupils, I gave him white. Just like how creepy and disturbing Shin Godzilla was. Wish you were in it. But anyways, for the final one, it is Space Godzilla. This, out of all the ones I showed you, well, besides that, or the Blast from the Past creature, I actually named it Prometheus, believe it or not. This Space Godzilla has to be one of my favorites I've made so far. It wasn't difficult. Of course, it wasn't easy. But it was worth it. I actually got some actual clay. Used it for the back spike tail. The little thing on his head, the 2 spikes, and mainly his crystals. This was actually made using the same... So Space Godzilla was made using like the same Playmates Godzilla I use in my other stop motion. Speaking of which, I actually did update his mouth so that he actually went to the dentist. But with that, I was also kind of split. I also mixed some navy blue with some like lavender. It obviously did not work. Like, I think you could kind of tell it's like right around this area. But who cares? I coated that with navy blue. And honestly, I've never seen a kaiju that looks almost so accurate. Like, I thought Ghidorah looked strange and Red looked disproportionate. And I even thought Prometheus even looked kind of creepy. But no, Space Godzilla, they're the big deal. And because I'm also nice and because I was managed to save room, he also has some battle damage. Anyways, this was actually made using the Hong Kong variant of Godzilla. Because that's the cheapest one I could find on Amazon. And so significantly, just like with Biollante, Space Godzilla is also like the close relative to Godzilla. Except he turns evil and is slightly taller. You can't really tell. It's Godzilla who's the tallest. But anyways, I also coated Space Godzilla in white along with dorsal fins. And of course, just like the others, he's also going to be in episode 8. But I'll see, just like with Gamora, if I could try and shove him in episode 7. Or maybe episode 6, because he was shown in the at the end of episode 5. But anyways, this was just a random stupid thing, or a random video I decided to make because I was bored. So, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe, and we'll hopefully see you with episode 6. I am currently working on the script. We'll see how it plays out. See you in a couple of months. Also, don't worry. Hexbots is happening. It's not going to happen for like 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I said probably June 5th to maybe June 6th. Somewhere in early June. Alright, this is Bonzo28 signing out. This video is getting too long, and I'll see you next time.